So here's the deal. My girlfriend's coming over right now. We are going to watch Midsommar. Now, I watched this movie a couple nights ago. I want to rewatch it because I am on the verge of calling it an absolute horror masterpiece. She has never seen the movie. She is petrified to see the movie. But she wants to see it in the worst way possible. She's told me that she has looked up a bunch of stuff about it, and she loves really twisted movies. I mean, her favorite movie of 2019, along with me, was Joker. She loved it to death. She can't handle gore as much. So the one scene in Joker where, spoilers, he kills his friend near the end of the movie in his apartment. She still has never seen that movie, or to that. Oh my God. She still has never seen that scene to this day because it's so gruesome and violent. I don't know how she's going to handle this movie. It's not as bad as people made it out to be. I will say that. It is gruesome. It is violent, but I've seen worse movies in terms of like actual gore spilling. I think it's more of like the context of the movie, but if I have this up on YouTube, you will know that I have her permission to record her reaction after the movie is over. And we'll just see how this goes. So, check back with you later. We are at the menu right now.
Yeah.
So how you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm so scared here. I want to chicken out, but I'm not going to.
She's not going to. She's a trooper. Look at that. It's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. We will be back after the movie. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready. Okay, let's go.
All right. She's ready. All right. We'll be back.
3 hours later.
Okay, then. So that was Midsommar.
I did it.
You did. She did it.
I got through it.
She did it.
I closed
I'm
my
so
eyes.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I closed my eyes for 2 scenes and that's it. And, right? Yeah, just 2.
Just 2 scenes. This movie makes me want to drink beer a little bit. Just gonna say that right now. But yes, you did it.
I did it. I don't know.
How'd you like it? How'd you like it?
I loved it.
You
I did.
loved it.
I knew I would.
See, there we go.
I knew I would. I love Florence Pugh.
Yes.
I love flowers.
Yeah, it's very prominent in this movie.
I
Yes.
love colorful movies.
Yes, that was very
Pretty
colorful.
movies.
And that's one of the most annoying things about this movie. Not annoying in a bad way, but like it's so pretty, and you cannot take your eyes off it.
And it kind of.
But it has so many moments where you're like, you know, obviously like I hate watching this,
Yeah.
but it's like it's so pretty, but you can't take your eyes off it.
And I mean, even there was a scene where they were like at the big table and stuff, and
Yeah.
I forgot that I had to close my eyes like a half hour earlier because I was like, oh yeah, bad stuff happened.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
I just forgot about it.
Exactly. You're talking about the
couple.
scene, the couple
Yeah.
jumping off the cliff.
Ugh.
Yeah. Bad scene.
That one did make me anxious because I could hear it.
Oh,
And
it's bad. You didn't. Yeah. So she went behind the covers. She was all like this throughout it. I had to narrate the damn scene for her.
I'm so sorry.
I was going, all right. So they're going off they're going off it. Now they're dead, and yeah. So
I could still hear it.
she could still
Kind
hear
of.
it.
I
Yeah.
could hear the bones
Oh God.
and the yelling.
Yeah. You didn't even see it. I told you before.
I'm okay with that.
That's okay. No, yeah. I mean, you got to prepare yourself for that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like in that scene, if you're watching this video and you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The freaking like face like comes in half, and it like flails, and it does that, and it's like she's instantly dead, and it's just. But it's also one of those moments where, you know, I've told you before about how violence can propel a story forward with its characters. And in this scene where you see that, and it is gruesome, it is gross, and I was like, oh God. But you see Danny's reaction towards it.
Yeah.
And it's a character-driven moment. And I think that's one of the great things about this movie is that even though it is gross, all the gross stuff behind it has some sort of meaning behind it.
Yeah.
But obviously you didn't see it,
I
so...
I'm fine. I saw this... on accident, I saw what she looked like without her face.
Oh, the scene where they were going to the fire? Yeah, the fire. Yeah, because it kind of came out of nowhere.
I did see that.
Because the guy that was talking to her was like reassuring her or whatever, that kind of thing. Yeah.
But I mean, like you saw, I am better looking at things after they've happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see, that dude strung up with his back open and the lungs, whatever.
Yes.
I could look at that.
She can look at that.
And I could look at the bear that's wide open on a table.
But you can't do anything. You can't look at something that's like actually happening at the time. So
I don't know why.
You don't know why.
I don't know.
That's okay. We'll get you to there.
Okay.
I promise.
We'll desensitize me.
Yes. But the whole movie though. So like I talked to you before about how like she loses her family at the beginning of the movie and she's, having troubles with her boyfriend and everything. And throughout the movie, it's like this progression of like her dealing with all of this at the exact same time. And then by the end of the movie, when, spoilers, her boyfriend dies, when
she sends him to death.
She sends him to death.
I did not know that was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. When you asked me, she was like, how is this, community going to send him to death after he just impregnated
Like, how
her?
did they let that happen? They just did the community a service.
Exactly. And I was like, just wait, trust me. And then she freaking sends him to death. The last shot you see of the movie is her smiling while her boyfriend is basically being burned alive in this freaking bear suit. And it's like a really...
That disturbed me.
It's a disturbing scene. Oh, it's a disturbing scene. You see her smiling and she's all flowery and pretty and everything. But I was reading something a couple nights ago before I went over to your house. And it's all about her dealing with her trauma of her family being killed, of her not having a family anymore, really. Her boyfriend is basically, pardon my French, a dick.
He's not a boyfriend.
He's not a boyfriend, really. You never really get the sense that they're in a relationship the entire movie.
Especially because at the beginning, all his friends are complaining about her, so you know that he's complained to them, too.
Exactly. Yes. So you never really get the sense that she's happy. She's never happy in the movie.
No.
Basically.
Yeah, no.
She's never happy.
Poor Danny.
I know. And the fact that the only time that she's ever smiling or ever like truly genuinely happy is when she's watching her boyfriend burn to death. Valentine's Day tomorrow.
My God. We should watch this tomorrow.
But that I think that's the message of the movie. In a way, is that like she has finally found another family where she's kind of felt
they're sharing the pain with her even though they're not feeling it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's like
the whole scene of her like crying and she's going and everybody else is like sinking with her. It's like it's kind of freaky in the moment, but when you think back to it in retrospective, it's in her eyes. It's like, oh my God, these people get me without even getting me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's like what the dude that brought them there said about when he lost his parents.
Yeah, exactly. And did you catch that?
Yeah.
How did his parents die?
They burnt. Did they?
They burned.
Did I hear that?
They burned.
That's what I thought.
They burned. Exactly. The last scene of the movie, they burned. So his parents probably were in that sacrificial. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because when he said his parents died at the beginning, I was like, I assumed that they also jumped off. But then when he said he was a little boy, I was like, they jump off when they're like 72. So
right.
They died another way, and then you find out how they died.
exactly.
I didn't even
And
remember
that freaking scene at the beginning of the movie where he's explaining the freaking May Queen.
And
he's like, he does that look that he does to her. The first time that I saw that movie and I saw that he did that look, I was like, oh, no.
That's like...
Danny, run!
That was weird.
It was very weird.
It's like, ooh, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, but that's good direction right there.
It is.
This whole movie is
really,
a
really,
masterpiece
really
of direction.
And somehow we still haven't seen Hereditary.
Why you gotta say that to the people,
I'm so
man?
sorry.
I'm joking. No, I'm joking. No, we haven't seen Hereditary yet. We might do a reaction on that one, maybe.
We could do that.
We could do that too.
An Ari Aster series.
An Ari Aster series. Yeah, with just two right
Just
now.
Oh boy.
God, this movie's freaking insane, man. I feel like...
But like thinking back on it, I hardly think about the violence again.
Exactly, yeah.
Because the way that everyone played it up, and even the way that I've seen like critics write about it, and like some comment Jordan Peele made about how some of the imagery is the most disturbing he's ever seen. I didn't watch the imagery, but there wasn't as much as I thought there was going to be.
Right.
So when he said that, and when I was reading everyone's stuff, and I was hearing it from people who saw it,
I mean,
I thought,
it is, like, the gory stuff, it is disturbing.
But there's not that much.
No, I've definitely seen a lot more... In terms of gore, strictly, I've seen more in movies than this one. I feel like a lot of people actually, like, amped it up a lot when they saw this movie. And the only reason why that I can think that is because of the context.
Yeah. And it's in broad daylight.
It's in broad daylight, exactly. If this was a horror movie that had no context, and it was in dark, or it was in the dark, like, nobody would really think anything of it.
It wouldn't be that bad.
No, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so the fact that it's all done in daylight and there's so much, character-driven moments and there's a story behind it and there's a bunch of weird context behind it, I feel like people got freaked out by it, which is what it's supposed to be doing, obviously.
People just aren't used to that.
Exactly.
Horror movies, especially.
It is. It's definitely one of the more, like, different horror movies that I've seen in recent years, and I think it's amazing because of that.
Yeah. I mean, horror movies, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Jump scares.
No, exactly.
Most of them move pretty quickly. I mean, this moved quickly to me.
No, because of the story,
I also love long movies.
Right.
But then, I mean, I don't know, it's not scary the whole time like a lot of other horror movies are, and like what people expect.
Right, exactly.
So then you're kind of tense, waiting for something, because you're like, it's a horror movie, something's supposed to happen. Yeah.
See, and that's the problem with a lot of horror movies nowadays, which is probably another video in and of itself. You know how, we feel about horror movies nowadays, but a lot of horror movies nowadays are very much like jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, and there's not much tension to it, where this movie is 2.5 hours and there's nothing but tension to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, in my opinion, I think that's much more scarier than just your average jump scare.
Because the whole time I was freaking out when we started, because I knew something gross was going to happen.
Exactly.
And so I was just tense the whole time. But when you go to like a normal horror movie, and you're like, all right.
Truth or dare.
That movie's amazing.
Truth or dare.
You're just like, I know I'm going to get jump scared at some point, but it's not actually going to mess with your head.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I love these kinds of horror movies.
No, these are definitely the better type of horror movies. And I praise Ari Aster for making this kind of movie. Now, I haven't seen... What's the movie that they say that this movie is like, quote-unquote, ripping off?
The Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man.
Yes.
Not the one with Nicolas Cage.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
But the original one. Now, I haven't seen the original one. So when I watch this movie, I'm just watching it without knowing. You know what I mean? It's like I'm watching it as if it's like brand new. So I'm thinking like, oh,
it's like how people compare Joker to Taxi Driver.
Right, and I've seen Taxi Driver.
And I haven't.
And I think Joker is still a masterpiece after I've seen Taxi Driver. You know what I mean? So maybe it's the same thing. But with me having not seen The Wicker Man, maybe I think this movie is, a more of a masterpiece than it already is.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I think.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, not that I don't think it's going to be a masterpiece after I see The Wicker Man, but in terms of like character and story and the way it's directed and the colors and everything like that, I think this movie is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. I think it's amazing. I really do. Can't wait to see what Ari Aster does after this.
And in Hereditary.
In Hereditary,
Before
before this, we're gonna go back in time. Yeah, it's gonna be great. They're coming to take us. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that or not, but there's like a.
I was worried that someone was gonna walk in during the orgy scene.
Oh, the orgy scene? Yeah, that's.
I was like.
No, I told you before that scene. I heard like people walking around. I'm just like, please don't walk in. Please don't walk in.
It's so awkward. But
it is very awkward.
I will say.
Yeah.
Jack Rayner, I think his name is, the guy who plays Christine.
Yes.
What I'm pretty sure I read about him was that it was his insistence that he be fully naked too. Correct. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. I don't know how I would have made that up, but I think I read something.
I see that though. I see that.
And I am proud of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I respect that a lot because there's like 10 at least completely naked girls in that. Mm-hmm. So if he hadn't been, it's like, why not? Yeah,
it is a bit of a stigma where it's like we see like one girl who in reality is supposed to be like 15 in the movie.
She's young.
It's weird. Anyway.
She's young.
But then she's surrounded by older women who are not fully clothed, who are completely naked. Completely naked. And it's like we see that and it's like kind of normal. Mm-hmm. But then we see him and it's like, oh, we see his parts and everything, and it's like
you don't really see that in movies.
No,
you don't, which is
weird.
Movies.
Yeah,
I haven't seen like as many movies. Yeah, I can name 2 movies with like male nudity besides this one that I've seen. Just 2.
What are they?
Oh God, A Clockwork Orange, which wasn't. It was a little obscure.
Did they show?
A little, not. It was a little obscure.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie. I know you saw it like last year.
Yeah. And
that movie's something else. Coming up next week, no.
And then also a little more obscured, Gone Girl, with Ben Affleck in the shower at the end. Oh wait!
My God, does he show?
A little. It's not. Well, also that show Unbelievable that I watched on Netflix. There is a scene of full frontal nudity in that. But that's like, again, I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've seen that movie.
But it's like, like you said, like I don't remember it. It's like very. Like little.
It's rarely like
you don't really see that kind of stuff. Just like
the way you described it.
This is a PG
conversation.
Yes.
We're so straight.
But I get what you're saying though. Yeah.
But I mean, like
there is kind of a stigma to it.
So I respect him for that.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
I'm happy that they went with.
Because like I said earlier, I'm like not that I personally want to see.
Not that. Anyone
that
needs
kind of stuff, but it's also like we see so much female stuff.
If you're gonna see 12 naked girls, one of them who's assumed to be in her teens, you might as well make the dude naked too.
Right, exactly.
And it's
a little weird.
Older. He's like
a
PhD student or something.
Yeah, it's something like that.
So it's like, you know what? Just.
He's a PhD student, so he's got to be like his senior year of college. So he's got to be like.
He's in his.
He's got to be like 22.
That's later.
Or is it?
PhD.
Oh, you're right. He's like in his
30s. Like mid-20s, late 20s, early 30s, possibly. Depending on.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what? We all know he's an adult. It's less creepy and. Well, no, it's not.
Again, but, this movie knows how to tug at your creep strings. I was about to say heartstrings because that's usually the term, but. Creep string.
Heartstrings.
Not heart. No. What a great movie to watch on Valentine's evening.
My sister and I used to watch Twilight on Valentine's Day.
I'd rather watch Midsommar.
I'm still making you watch Twilight. Just the first.
Maybe that'll be another video. Stay tuned.
I'm just thinking about poor little Will Poulter. He thought he was gonna get laid. He did not. And the other friend too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So I guess it's the whole weird thing. They're just like, they kill everyone that they invite except the girl who's the May Queen.
Correct. I didn't even think about that, yeah.
It's like...
There's definitely a lot more to uncover to this movie.
Yeah.
Which is what I was like, explaining to you before I came over to your house the other night. Where I was like, certain things that I didn't pick up on the first time that I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And I bet there's more to pick up on the second time that I watched the movie, the first time that you watched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that little mural thing that they passed over, where they show the girl, like, you know, bleeding into a cup and stuff.
Before they show the bear?
Yeah.
Or like after they show the bear?
Like the cage or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before the couple jump off from the ledge.
Yeah. Like, the whole movie is played
they show,
in
like...
the background.
Yeah, they show certain things in the background that actually kind of spoil the movie.
The whole thing. But you wouldn't know that.
But you wouldn't know that because it's so ambiguous and it's so...
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what the word for it is. Ambiguous. Obviously, I just said it. But, like,
but
you're watching the characters in the forefront,
Yeah.
but you're not watching the stuff that's going on in the background.
And then when they do show you things up close, like they're like, here's a picture, you don't even realize that it told you what was going to happen until you watch it again.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Which is so cool. Like that picture at the very beginning, like the whole movie was just painted.
No, yeah, definitely. The very first shot that you see in this movie is basically the whole movie.
It is. And that's so cool.
And it's so cool.
But you don't even you're like,
the first time that I watched it on Sunday, it's Thursday night right now. Like, I watched it and I was like, well, that's interesting. And I knew it had some sort of significance to it because I know Ari Aster is that kind of filmmaker, but I didn't know what the significance was. And immediately when I saw it tonight, the second time I saw it, I was like, that's the whole movie. Literally right there. Like, what a ballsy move to just show the entire movie in the first shot.
It's hidden in plain sight.
It is. It's hidden in plain sight. And I think that's what Ari Aster was going for, and he's amazing.
That you would even know.
No,
because you're going in. You know it's about this little Swedish festival that they go to. So it's like maybe that's a significance for that. You know,
exactly. Yeah,
that culture or whatever. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a painting. Maybe it's a Swedish painting.
Right.
But then you look at it.
Yeah,
and then you remember the movie.
It's weird.
And even in Danny's bedroom, the portrait above her bed with the freaking bear.
Yeah, I read that the other night, yeah.
It's like, God, you would never expect that to pop up later.
No.
And the trees with her sister.
Yeah.
So good.
It's such a weird... I love that movie. I do. I don't... In terms of like horror movies you watch during Halloween, how would you feel about that? Because I don't think that movie gets me in the Halloween spirit.
Oh,
freaking shower with her trees with her. Oh my god!
And that's not just because it's. I don't know. I mean, it came out last summer, but it's just how bright it is and
no, yeah,
pretty.
Exactly, yeah.
Like when you see flowers, you don't think
Halloween
dead leaves in fall.
Yeah, no.
You're thinking.
It's one of those horror movies that you don't watch during Halloween.
It would feel weird.
For me, at least. I don't know if for you guys or not, but it's just like, for me at least, I'm just like...
That's not something you think of when you're like, what movies am I going to watch this month?
No.
You would probably think Hereditary.
Probably, but I haven't seen that movie yet. Exactly, we haven't seen that movie yet. Why do we want to talk about Hereditary? No, you think of, Halloween, and you think of, obviously, like, Michael Myers and the Halloween series, and
like Ghost
Friday the
Possession
13th, and, The Shining, and, Trick or Treat or something like that, and scary stories to tell in the dark. But yeah, I mean, Midsommar. Crazy.
I can't believe I just watched that.
Crazy. I can't believe you watched it and you didn't have a panic attack, to be honest.
I thought I was going to.
I thought you were going to, too.
Like, at the beginning, I was freaking out before we even pressed play.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the scene, again, where the couple jumps off the cliff and I can hear it. I was under the blanket. I was like, I'm not going to be able to get through this movie. Because I
told you, yeah. I mean, the first time that I watched it on Sunday, it was like, that was the first time where I'm like, this is it. This is where it starts getting, you know, crazy. You know?
I mean, the scene
and then
after,
it didn't, like, it got weird, but it didn't get, like, just...
Because the way people describe it, it's like, once it starts, it doesn't let up for the rest of, like,
right,
the hour
exactly. And I'm like,
left.
there's so much time. There's so many, like, moments between the really drastic scenes
and even
for you to just watch.
From what you told me, too, you're like, it's really not like that. I still expected a little more.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And, I mean, the second scene I closed my eyes for when oh gosh, the dude writing his thesis, I don't remember his name.
I'm horrible
when he
with
went
names.
into that, like, sanctuary with their text and stuff, and he got, like, bashed over the head.
Yeah, she didn't
I
watch
didn't
that
watch
scene.
that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even, I closed my eyes for those scenes. I closed my eyes for that in Joker.
Right.
I closed my eyes for it in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Exactly.
But even then, I can say that's really for other people like you, who's used to more violence in movies.
I can handle violence.
That's not a bad scene at all.
No,
Probably.
it's really not.
So,
for me, like,
there's really
right, exactly, like you said, where it's like everybody like talked this movie up, and they were all like, "Oh my god, this movie's the most gruesome thing in the world," and I was fully expected for that, and then I watched it, and I'm like, it's not the most gruesome movie I've ever seen. It's just not. It's still a masterpiece in my opinion, but it's just,
just the frequency of it.
Right, exactly.
A lot
and I think,
lower than,
like I think we said before, where it's like the context of the movie, where is what people got.
Weirdly disturbing.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But it's also.
What do you mean weirdly disturbing?
But
it's
just
disturbing.
It's also pretty though. So
it's definitely.
You're
pretty,
looking at it and just looking at it alone, you're like, wow, this looks so nice.
Right.
And you're like, oh god, some lady's face just got ripped off.
And you didn't see that part though.
Yeah, but I still freaked out as if I had.
You didn't see that part though. I want you to watch that part at some point. I'm gonna make her watch it at some point.
I gotta watch the Joker scene first.
That's true.
That's more important to me.
That's true. No, yeah. That's what I was explaining to her before, where it's like violence in movies sometimes can be like a progression of character development. Anyway, that's her reaction to Midsommar, our little talk about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, what would you rate the movie?
Like a letter grade?
Yeah.
I would give it an A.
A? Not an A plus? Or is it rewatch then an A plus?
Yeah, probably.
That's how I was. I'm definitely giving it like an A plus right now. Definitely a masterpiece.
Because I definitely love it a lot.
Yes.
But there's just a lot of stuff to catch.
Right.
Even though we have discussions through part of it, there's still so much other stuff.
Right. Oh, there's so much stuff to uncover in this movie. Yeah.
I love the flowers when they were like.
She always loves the pretty stuff.
It looked like they had heartbeats. When
she's
like
tripping.
The hallucinations.
Yeah, the hallucinations.
Just, like
part.
I don't know what it's called. The center of the flower. They was just like.
Yeah. It's like.
It was so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. It's so pretty. I want to wear that giant flower dress. Okay, or just a flower crown.
Okay.
I'll just wear.
Well, still. Anyway, that's the end of the video. This is a really long video. This went on for freaking 30 minutes.
We talked for 30 minutes?
We did.
There's no way that was 30 minutes.
That was 30 minutes.
We probably talked for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, we probably could go on for the next hour and a half, but for my subscribers, my 62 subscribers, by the way, thank you very much. This is going to be the end of the video. Alright, well, thanks guys for watching. If you actually have made it this far...
Are you going to upload the whole thing?
Sure. Maybe.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh god.
If you've made it this far, Cheers. Thank you so much. And as always, thanks for watching.